Our top story, a midnight meetup spills into the streets, leading to widespread destruction in downtown LA. Metro trains, businesses, and an LAPD cruiser all tagged with graffiti, and so far no one has been arrested.
Shalom. First of all, I'd like to start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone, likewise brothers putting on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and the brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson is titled Made in Babylon. Now I'm going to play a short little clip here from a lesson I watched today from the elder brother Yahshua, and he said a few lines that was the inspiration for this lesson here. So without further ado, listen to this.
Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy son. So there is no scripture that justifies us going out and raising funds to fix the communities in the cities when the Lord said the conditions of these cities would be miserable. The best thing we can do is, while we're living in this hell, as the book of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, warned us, okay, be ye as pilgrims, and have a mindset of understanding we're going to have to let go of some of these houses. The goal of Yahushua, all right, is not to send his prophets out here to fix the black and Hispanic communities and cities.
And as you can see, he's correct, and the scriptures are correct in regards to the fact that we're not here to repair Great Babylon America or to fix the system, like the way some of these groups out there are doing. Now, I'm going to show you an example, okay, of a certain group, which we all know well, and some of the things that they're doing because they're trying to build community awareness of what they're doing, because it's all about them vanity, and also because they want to please their master Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. Now take a look at this.
Shalom, Most High Christ bless. I'm Officer Kyle, and I'm here with Israel United in Christ, IUIC Virginia. We're here in Richmond today. We're at Beltec Atlantic Apartment Complex. So today we was out here cleaning up the community. We were able to motivate a few brothers to put their hands to the plow, to come out here, put gloves on, and grab some trash bags and help clean up this place. So we want to show you a glimpse of what life is like right here in Richmond, Virginia. So stay tuned, and we're going to take our communities back.
See it in our eyes. Wouldn't it be nice if all my people make it? Yeah,
what is they gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
And as you saw in there, they're out there with rakes cleaning the community. Now, why in the hell would you want to clean the community? You saw in the opening clip the degenerates here in Great Babylon, America, that these 2/3 out there, these jakes out there, they don't give a crap about a clean community, good schools, okay, a system that is fair to them. They're all about the party. I'm going to go into the book of Matthew 6 and start verse 19. It reads, lay not up your treasures, Salakia, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. So we're not to have a heart set into this place. Let's preserve the community. Let's clean the community. Let's give back to the community. Let's give out turkeys and all the other stuff. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Which is where you see the true prophets are out there doing what? Laying their treasures, okay, in heaven for the Mashiach, okay? We're giving our heart and doing this work as commanded, okay, by the Mashiach, because we already know what the outcome, okay, or the final destination of Great Babylon America is going to be. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, which is why you can see these men out there raking and they think they're doing a great thing. Because why? This is something that Esau always like to put into you. When you go and work in these corporations in America, one of the things that they do is they do community work. Okay, they have you go out there and maybe pick up the garbage, or maybe volunteer to go down to the VA hospital or certain things. In fact, you're evaluated based on what you do extra, okay, what they call extracurricular activities, okay, because these businesses, they kind of want to have that good face, okay, to the community. It's all a show, pony show, which is exactly what IUIC is, a big pony show. Now let's take a look at this news clip here, and you can see, is this where you really want to invest your heart in or invest your time into? Take a look at this.
Turning now to a mob of people rampaging through downtown LA, tagging police cars and vandalizing metro trains.
Takeout News reporter Lauren Posen is downtown with the video and the damage left behind.
There's a lot of damage, and while it may look like this is a deserted strip mall, it's not. There's businesses here, and nearly every single business you're looking at has freshly tagged graffiti right on it. And so while this is where it all ended, it actually started right across the street from where we are. Pure mayhem in downtown Los Angeles. A huge mob of people started tagging whatever and wherever they could Saturday night on Trinity Avenue near Washington Boulevard. Watch as a group begins spray painting 2 Metro trains. Metro says around 50 people blocked the train's path, tagging not only the outside but the inside of one of the trains too. A patrol car was also hit as the officer tried to drive away. A person who witnessed the chaos says it happened right after LAPD shut down a rooftop event.
There was a show by Dead City Punk, and there was easily over like 3,000 people there. And we were on top of a parking lot. So what ended up happening is that it got too crazy, it got too crowded.
One person at the show shared this video that shows what he's talking about.
There was people with hairsprays, and then they had like the lighter, so it was kind of like a flamethrower basically.
LAPD showed up in riot gear and declared an unlawful assembly, but the crowd didn't back down.
The reason why the cops started pushing forward is because people were messing with the cops. They were antagonizing them. They threw fireworks at them. They were throwing water bottles, beer cans, anything you can think of. They were throwing stuff.
Witnesses say police fired rubber bullets at the crowd, which eventually cleared out. People who were there admit it did get out of control, but they also say that's part of the appeal of these shows.
And as you saw, okay, Jakes are complete and utter degenerates. Complete and utter degenerates, okay? Now, when you look at what IUIC is doing here, okay, you can see here, when you go to their website, I mean, they have all kinds of, things that they have to do. Of course, obviously, because they're a non-profit organization, they have to do extracurricular activities in order to fly low under the radar of Esau, for all of the products that they're selling, so that they could be tax exempt, which they, and especially their leader who, should know better, you should never trust this devil. You should never trust this devil. Nothing is free. Okay? So there's no such thing as a tax-free organization. Okay? Let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and Psalm verse 70, because this is really the concern. These camps out there should actually be, if they really want to help the community, don't go there picking up leaves and handle turkey or chicken or whatever the hell it is you're doing, or running a raffle or giving out t-shirts and flyers. I mean, you need to let our people know about that sword that's coming. Okay, and 2nd Ezra 16, okay, Psalm verse 70 is going to be a shock, because when you look at the degenerate behavior which you just saw in that news clip, okay, Esau is going to be justified in his mind, and the rest of these communities that are out there, even J communities, are going to agree of this. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out in their houses. And that's going to be the Jake who actually, who have a house to be casted off. These Jakes which you see here in this video, Okay, when we go into the word insurrection here in the ordinary dictionary, means a violent uprising against an authority or government. So if the scripture is saying an great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, and you look at the meaning here, it says a violent uprising against, okay, you can remove an authority or government and you can put, okay, the Hebrew Israelites, us. We fear the Lord. We're the children of the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai. So there's going to be a violent uprising against us. And its actions, as you see here, where Jake's them doing stuff like this, is going to justify this in the minds of these people. In fact, let me play a little bit more of what Elder Brother Yashiramba said.
Okay, the expectation of the prophet should be that this place fall, this place get worse, not to fix it. You see that? So many of our people who call themselves Israelites following these charlatans are going to be found with a mindset against Yahweh Shai. Okay, against his plans. It says, "And lest your heart faint, for ye shall fear, lest your heart faint." And a lot of people's hearts are going to faint because when these cities start to worse, when the condition of Babylon starts to worsen, all right, they're going to seek comfort, and they're not going to be comforted in prophecy coming to pass. They're going to seek comfort from, accepting anything that they can accept to make their situation better.
Okay, and you can see what he said, okay, concerning this place. We're not about rebuilding Great Babylon, America. What is made here is wickedness. The 2/3 niggas that you see walking the street that might take your life at any moment, okay? I mean, look at IUIC. Look at the product. Look at the candidates that they're looking at, hoping to reach out to. You really believe you could reach out to people like this? Tattoo over 90% of their body, walking with a swag and dragging their feet. Seriously? These are not the type of men that are looking to be uplifting, okay, to Yasharala, to go out in the highway and the byway to preach the gospel, okay, to be edifying, okay. All you're doing is just feeding into a system that's built on greed and lust and evil. And Jake them belong here in this. They belong here in this. This is made in Babylon. Okay? Let's play some more. There's a news clip here.
And the chaos from this weekend can all be seen on video. The chaos erupting south of downtown Los Angeles Saturday night. In this video, you can see a mob taking over this intersection. A metro train vandalized, some businesses also tagged. Video also showing an LAPD unit covered in spray paint. The LAPD says it first got a call just before 9 p.m. Saturday about reports of a rooftop party at Trinity Avenue and 16th Street. It was then shortly after midnight Sunday, the LAPD says they got a call about 5 suspects vandalizing the inside of a train car. According to LA Metro, about 50 trespassers blocked 2 A-line trains at the intersection of Washington Boulevard and Maple Street. LA Metro says trespassers spray painted on both trains, even getting inside one of them. The operators and passengers were not injured. Service was delayed for about 20 minutes. In this video, you can see a large crowd of people scattered on the street, someone tagging the pavement. People can also be seen climbing on traffic lights and doing the same thing too.
You can see here in this news clip, I mean, they're just going on and on and on and on with all of the horrible things that these jakes have done. Now imagine if you were out of business, wouldn't you be pissed if you saw something like this? Okay, let's go to the book of Jeremiah 30 and starting with verse 4. Because at some point in time when Esau steps up, because he's going to, okay, these what you see out here that looks like, the worst of the worst kind of niggas, they're going to become bitches, okay? Esau is going to make them become like bitches, all right? This is the book of Jeremiah 30, the book starting with verse 4. And it reads, "And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah." You saw inside there. What do you see? You seen Judah, and you're seeing Israel. Okay, you're seeing the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, male and female. Look at this, man. Okay. For thus said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. I actually now see whether a man doth travail with a child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. We are going to see a judgment, okay, that these Edomites, okay, Esau, okay, and President Trump already made it very clear what he's going to do. You see what he's doing with the Northern Kingdom tribes right now, as far as the sending them overseas and picking them off the street. Now you hear about this guy Patel, okay, and he is looking to send thousands of FBI agents into these different cities, okay, and LA is going to be one of them because they know there's a big Hispanic, Latino, okay, presence out there, okay, in many of these other cities. When you go into like places like Memphis, you know, St. Louis is a bigger, you know, more present of a so-called black, okay, presence there. And you know, this psycho, you can look in his face and see this Elamite, okay, is a psycho. Don't care. He's been tasked with that job, okay, and they're going to be justified. Okay, take a look at what some of the people in our in the neighborhoods are saying here, and you can see where they can be justifying it. They can say, you know what, even their own people don't like them.
NBC4 spoke with two women who live near Washington Boulevard. They didn't want to share their names.
Necesitamos más protección porque no nos sentimos seguros.
One of them told us they need more protections and that they don't feel safe. She also told us her friend's car and her cousin's car was also targeted by the vandals over the weekend. The second woman also telling NBC4 she is hoping for things to change and that she now has to fight to repair her car.
You saw those two women, okay? You know, they're looking for safety. They have to go fix their vehicle because of the destruction what Jake is bringing out. Okay, so when Esau comes out, okay, and see, this is something that these camps are not. They're not teaching the fact that the so-called white man is a devil and he absolutely hates you. Why are you colluding with this man to try to build neighborhood? Can you build something out of these type of people, man? Look at this. I mean, anyone watching this, if I had a business in there and I came when it was all spray paint and vandalized, I would be pissed, man. This is why you have this thing called black fatigue right now. It shouldn't really, you know, because, you know, even us, me, the brothers, the elders, the apostles, we all fall under the title of black. So it should be actually nigger fatigue. They need to change that to nigger fatigue. Because none of us are niggers, but these are niggers. And that includes your so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. If you're out there part of that 2/3, you're a nigger. So it shouldn't be black fatigue because they're grouping all of us as that, which is why when you go into the book of Daniel 12:1, you can see here, because we are grouped into this, how horrible they're going to be coming down on us, man. You know, they're law-abiding, you know, Jakes that wouldn't entertain doing something like that, but Yesod is going to be caught in this crossfire when Esau is going to use coming after these ninjas, these niggers, to come after the tribe of Israel. Is going to be what he's going to use as a cover. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand up for the people of the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as was never since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time that people should be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book of life, which is what? Go and get beamed up on that chariots. I put a video last night concerning this place is the lake of fire, despite what these other idiots out there, you know, trying to sound so deep, you know, coming out and saying, you know, it's this and that. No, it's plain and simple. This is Great Babylon America is going to become that lake of fire. When we go into Zechariah 13 and start verse 8, you know, and I know we bring this out over and over, and I know I do, okay, but all the news on headlines of what you're seeing it comes out to the fact that the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai has to judge, or is going to judge, our people very harshly, and he's going to give our people over into the hands of Esau to be judged. It says, And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but the third should be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined through tribulations, and will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, which the proper name is what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You need to know that. And I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is my power. So how would you know that? Okay, if you got these doggone leaders of these other camps who call themselves Hebrew Israelites, as the elder brother said, but you know, they're calling on the name of Jesus, Jesus. You know, they're not teaching the name that you have to call in order to get help from the one that's actually bringing the calamity on Great Babylon America, starting, okay, with the children of Israel. You have to know, okay? But our people don't consider. They don't consider. And especially when they see guys like these coming around there, like, hey, let's clean up the community and all that stuff. That's a feel-good moment, and I'm a Hebrew Israelite and doing something good. And I don't see how these guys in these camps actually could waste this kind of time. I mean, I don't know. They must have a whole lot of time on their hand to waste. Because that'll be the day I do that shit. Okay. This is Jeremiah 7:16 reads, therefore pray not for this people, neither lift up nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. We can see some shit against our people. Women, children, that is going to be caught in the crossfire. The brutality, the beatings of these Jakes, Hispanic, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, and we're going to see some shit that's going to make what happened to George Floyd look like a joke. And this time there's not going to be any marching. There ain't going to be no BLM. Esau's going to be putting on curfew in these cities. Esau's going to be putting curfews on niggas. And when you step out of line, talking about you're going to go there and march and stuff like that, Esau got something for that ass. And he's got a whole lot of internment camps out there. Okay, these people are serious. They're tired. They know that they have a short time.
And that statement from Mayor Bass's office tonight reads, this kind of behavior is totally unacceptable and has no place in our city. We are in contact with the LAPD about this, and our office is reaching out to the businesses who were impacted to offer our support. Those involved must be held fully accountable. The LAPD tells me a vandalism report was taken for the incident on Washington and Maple. Again, so far, no arrests have been made.
They hate us. And right now, as you can see what's happening to the so-called black woman who's losing out. And right now, I mean, Facebook right now is ripping up with these bitches out there, you know, looking for some fool that they could use. And that's about to get worse. So this is going to be so bad. We're going to see this. And you know, being in this flesh, you might be tempted to question why Yahweh Shemashai is doing this. But if you are in this truth and your eyes are open, then you would know why he's doing it. So we are not to intercede, okay, or be an intercession in begging Yahweh Shemashai to show mercy. No, the time of mercy is open right now. By having the righteous man on the highway and the byway. We don't sugarcoat a damn thing. I learned from my elders, the brothers who was in this long before me. You don't sugarcoat a damn thing, man. This is life and death. Okay, let's close it with Proverbs 1 and start in verse 24, because, I mean, how else can we say it? You know, of course, obviously, Jake's them, they look for video that they can find entertaining and all that stuff like that. Well, hey, keep entertained, keep being entertained. All right? Keep being entertained. It says, because I have called and you refuse. This is Proverbs 1, starting verse 24 reads, because I have called and you refuse, you don't want to listen, you want to be entertained. I stretch out my hand and no man regarded. You want to come up against the man that are teaching because they look like you, oh, y'all ain't shit. All right, let's see how that settlement is going to be by the end of 2025. Because it's the way I'm seeing it right now. Yeah. But you have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. You don't want to hear it. Well, why you want to hear it? You think you know it all. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fair coming. That's going to be our time when we can be like, yeah, And you know, if you have the ability to put up lessons, boy, it's going to be a whole lot of good lessons to put up about the calamity coming. When your fear coming as desolation and your destruction comes as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, what do you see coming on right now? Why aren't we laughing when we put up videos? Brothers put up videos every day about the nigga bitch about to get kicked out of our house, can't feed her kids. Her welfare cut from $1,000 a month to $80 a month. She's out there crying on TikTok and YouTube and all that stuff. What are we doing? We're laughing and mocking them. We're making videos mocking their ass. Okay? These are the same ones who go, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. You ain't got no skills. You're fat. You're bald-headed. You smell. You're cursed with stench and obesity. But you get the nerve to talk about you don't need no man. And when you're saying that, really what you're saying, I don't need no black, so-called black man. I don't need y'all. Yeah, well, the Lord said his servants are going to eat. What are you going to do? Yeah. I like how Apostle Tahar came on and said, you bitches going to be going to the ringers, okay? Those bitches out there going to be going to the ringers and said, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. You're not going to find the prophets. And now you fat, obese woman out there, okay? And we're not even talking about the man, because the man, you straight up gonna fall by the sword. Okay? You straight up gonna fall by the sword. Y'all better, you women should start learning some skills to please the man of the Lord and lose weight. Quick, while you're ahead. Humble yourself. It says, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. You saw inside there the degenerates, okay, which include men and women. I should call them boys and girls, okay? And this is why this man is gonna come with great wrath. Starting with you doggone niggas, and then he's gonna come after all of us. Okay, so this lesson has been made in Babylon. Okay, this is Jake's made in Babylon. If it's broke, don't try to fix it. And this is what IUIC and the rest of these camps, they want to go there and try to, basically create their ministry to be around niggas or create their ministry for niggas. No, this is about Yahweh Shemiyah Shai and glorifying his name. Okay, and feeding his elect. Okay, fuck these niggas. Lord willing, the elect was edified at the close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.